If your Bitcoin is sitting on an exchange, it's really not yours. Not your keys, not your coins. Exchanges get hacked, accounts get frozen, and Bitcoin gets lost, unfortunately, right? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take full control, or i.e. self-custody, of your Bitcoin and move it to your wallet that you actually own, that you have control over. Bitcoin is freedom money, right? So it doesn't come with a login, it comes with a private key, right? So let's get our control back. Let's take our control back right now. So here we are. You guys can do a simple search for Sparrow Wallet. Sparrow Wallet is it gives you a brief description right here, but Sparrow Wallet is a Bitcoin wallet. It's only for Bitcoin. You can't use this for XRP or Ethereum or anything else. You can only use Sparrow Wallet for Bitcoin. Right. So, I mean, all I did was I did like a quick Google search for Sparrow Wallet, typed it in, and you can see that this is the actual site. Please verify that this is the actual site and you're not using somebody's scam version of Sparrow Wallet, right? Because I'm pretty sure that shit is out there somewhere. Be careful. Um, don't trust, verify always. So here we go. Here's the site. You can kind of go ahead, and if you like, you can do a little bit of reading. They have a GitHub, Twitter, Telegram. If you're into that stuff, you can follow their pages and support them. Um, so yeah, this is Sparrow Wallet. We're gonna go ahead and download it. We are on a Windows box. So we are looking for just the installer. They have other versions, or they have, yeah, other OS um versions of the software. So if you are looking for Mac, Linux, whatever, different types of Linux distributions, they have it all, or a majority of it, right? You can also verify the release. I've downloaded this already, verified it. So I'm just showing you guys how to do it and what it's going to look like, right? Kind of here, they kind of show you how to curl it, and verify the uh, the PGP keys. So yeah, but I'm just going to do a quick install, and I probably shouldn't. I should actually be verifying it, but this video I didn't want to make it too long, so we're just going to go ahead and download the Windows installer. So here's the intro to Sparrow. This is what it's going to look like when it first pops up for you guys, right? I'm going to pull this over just so you guys can kind of see a little better. Give me a little second to do that. So here you go. It's going to look a little something like this, right? Perfect. Okay. So yeah, so it's going to give you a brief introduction of what Sparrow Wallet is. Focuses on security and usability. Sparrow Wallet can operate in both online and offline mode. It gives you a lot of details about it, right? So go ahead and just click next. Click through all it. You don't really worry about all this. If you're beginning your journey in self-custody, it's telling you that you're probably going to be connected to a public node, which is completely fine for right now. But I recommend, and I will have videos about this as you guys do run your nodes, or not run your nodes, as you understand and get familiar with transactions, you want to run your own node. It's very critical, very important if you're a Bitcoiner and want, like, through your Bitcoin journey, it just makes sense to run a node. If you don't, it's just one of those things to where you want to have self sovereignty, you want to have privacy over your money. Like, that's the entire goal of Bitcoin, and one of the things you should do is to verify your own transactions, because what a node does is it verifies transactions, right? Across, like, and your node talks to other people's nodes, and they operate off of consensus. So they ensure that the Bitcoin network is it's they keep track of the ledger, right? They make sure everything is legit. They make sure, so like that kind of goes into, like, people can see if you're running a public node. That means somebody can see your transactions, right? They can see your Bitcoin, where you're moving it, how you're moving it, etc., right? You want to own that, right? So you want to that one needs to be for you. So run your own node once you understand what you're doing, obviously, right? I'll make videos about that as well. um so showed you how to connect to a Bitcoin core node. Click through next, private Electrum server. We'll just hit later. Go to your newer imported software wallet. We're going to do 12 words just for demonstration purposes, and we're going to click generate new. Here you can also choose to add a passphrase to your wallet, which you don't have to do so now. You can also do this in the future if you choose to, but you need to know that it changes the functionality of the wallet itself, right? So it you would like if your funds are in the wallet without a passphrase, you essentially make an entirely new wallet. That's how it works. So I would recommend if you're not tech savvy and you don't think that you're going to want to go through all that, just go ahead and put a passphrase up here right now and make it something that you can remember. If you don't think you're going to remember passphrase, don't do it at all. Point blank period. For this purpose, we're not going to use a passphrase. Okay, so we're going to say, um, this is what we're going to do. I would not recommend doing this. I'm just doing this so that I don't have to remember it because it's going to ask me a quiz to see if I remember my seed phrases. Right. So we're going to do confirm backup and see. Here we go. Have these 12 words been written down? In the next step, you will need to re-enter them. Okay. Re-enter words, and that's why I did the snip. Don't do a snip, please. Do not do a snip for the love of God. Do not do a snip. I'm telling you guys to not do a snip. I just did it because I was feeling lazy. That's it. And I still have to kind of like prove audit. So I got to go ahead and type them in, audit. And I'm doing this with one hand, by the way, because I didn't clip my thing on. You know what? Here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and clip this bad boy onto the shirt. And okay, hold on. Yeah, we're going to clip it onto the shirt. And then now we have two hands and we can type now. So we're going to go toddler. And what's the next one? 7. After that, we have purchase hat doll. Purchase. So it has if you get like the first 3 kind of words right, 3 or 4 kind of gives you the rest of them. So, which is a neat benefit to this. Um, Also, fun fact, guys, it is very impossible to guess a C phrase. The type of entropy that they are generated with makes it humanly impossible. And honestly, for a computer, it would take way too long in order for them to crack a seed phrase. Um, After that, you go ahead and just import this thing, and boom, here you are. So we're gonna apply. We don't want to do a password. This is the wallet password, right? So this is not a password on the seed. This is just to once you open up this like Sparrow Wallet is going to ask you for a passphrase to get into Sparrow Wallet for this wallet specifically, right? So it's not putting a password on the seed itself, just for clarification. We don't want to put a password on this just for right now. If you guys want to, for sure do it. I'm not doing it for presentation purposes. No password. So boom, here we are. Now we are in Sparrow Wallet. We have our wallet set up, and it's from here on out. It's very fairly simple. We'll start with the first one, right? So here it lists like all of your transactions and balance, mean pool, other transactions that you have, right? Under the transaction section, obviously. Easy enough. Send, right? Oh, this is updated. This is new. I have not seen this yet. Um, I like how they added that in there. Maybe this has always been a thing. I've just never seen it. I don't know. But here you have your send. So once you want to send Bitcoin, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll give you a brief demonstration on how to do that. Very simple, very easy. Um, you can put in what address you want to send to, the label, the amount, etc. Right, and it we'll go over how long it might actually take. Here you have receive. So this is your address to receive Bitcoin. This address changes intermittently as you receive Bitcoin for privacy reasons. You don't want to receive Bitcoin to the same exact address because then at that point it makes it extremely easy to track where your Bitcoin is going. And if you're going to use this as your vault, obviously you don't want to, keep all of you don't want everybody knowing where all your money's going at, So um, you have your addresses. These are the receive addresses that switch out intermittently. And these are your change addresses that switch out intermittently as you um, receive and send Bitcoin. Okay. Finally, we have your UTXOs. Your UTXOs it stands for unspent transaction output, I believe. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So and so essentially what that is you have to think of your UTXOs as dollars in your wallet, right? That's how I research. Or that's how I was told to look at it. Just from like other Bitcoiners and things like that, right? So your UTXO, the reason you want to look at it like that is because um, sending Bitcoin on chain is expensive, or can be expensive, and it's slow, right? Unfortunately. And so if you have small UTXOs, there's a possibility that in the future, and honestly now, if you have a UTXO that's the size of, say, under 100,000 sats, there's a chance that you'll never be able to send it because the cost to send it would be too much, and you'd be literally paying just to send nothing. So you would like your money would be gone because you paid all of your money to send in that transaction. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But you, when you're managing your UTXOs, you want your UTXO to be big. The bigger UTXO, the smaller, um, the smaller of a transaction you'll have on block space, right? So you'll be taking up less block space the bigger UTXO you have. You're saving block space, right? So it's my recommendation that once you start sending and receiving Bitcoin, especially if you're going to be receiving Bitcoin into a wallet, you keep a UTXO, or you don't send to this wallet unless the UTXO is the size of at least 1,000,000 sats. That's what I would like to stick with. Some people might say less, some people may even say more, but I would just recommend using the size of at least 1,000,000 sats. So yeah. But like I said, just for testing purposes, let's go ahead and send some Bitcoin to this wallet. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and open up Strike, hit send, hit Bitcoin wallet. You're gonna scan this QR code that's on your Sparrow wallet, put in the amount of sats that you'd like to buy. In this case, I believe we're gonna do 100,000 sats. And after this, we're gonna hit OK, and we will send Bitcoin to our Sparrow wallet. If you don't know how to buy Bitcoin on Strike, it's fairly simple. In that first screen, just hit buy. Here we're gonna do priority, and we will hit confirm and hit OK. You see it's unconfirmed. It's first seen 2 minutes ago. ETA in about the next 10 minutes is what it says. Um, this is on the left are the blocks that are waiting to be mined. On the right are the blocks that have already been mined. As you can tell from the different time frames, in 10 minutes, 23 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, in 20 minutes, etc., etc. Just if you didn't know, a Bitcoin block is mined every 10 minutes, regardless of what's going on, rain, snow, sleet, hail, day, night, whatever. That's just what it is. So, yeah. So that is receiving Bitcoin. All right, so as you guys can see, we are back. We finally received our Satoshis. We have 100,000 Satoshis as our balance. We have 0 BTC or sats in the meme pool, 1 transaction. Now that we have our sats in our account, what do we do? How do we get these sats out of here, right? What do we need to move these sats somewhere where, like our cold storage? What do we want to move them there so that, we have them in our vault and we don't worry about it. It's there and we just let it sit there. Easy. If you have a Bitcoin address, maybe you got your Bitcoin address from Zeus or Phoenix, um, maybe you have another Sparrow multi-sig wallet set up. You copy that, come here. Cool. So boom, this is how much we're going to send. And we are going to create this transaction and we're going to send it. Sign it, boom, send it, broadcast it. That's it. And that's all to it, folks. I hope that I was able to help you guys out as far as like understanding how to take self custody of your Bitcoin and, um, just understanding how to send transactions, how to receive transactions, how to manage your UTXOs. like I said, which is a big one. Once you guys get enough, um, let's say liquidity on, or just enough sats in your UTXOs, you want to ensure that they are the correct sizes. You don't want them to be too small, like I said. Um, but again, ask me questions if you guys have questions. I'm here to help you guys. My goal is to educate as many people on Bitcoin as I can. So thank you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.